Hi, Caleb with Brownells here. In today's product spotlight, we're going to be taking a look at the Aimpoint Duty RDS, or red dot sight. So this is one of those new things I kind of saw at the show this year. Saw it at SHOT Show, saw it again at NRA show. And it was one of those things I was fortunate enough to kind of get to take a look at before I had any idea what the price point on it was. And I'm glad I did. So my first initial impression of it was whenever I looked at it, was like, oh, this might be kind of expensive. Because it kind of looks like their Micro series, but a little bit scaled up. And then another thing I noticed immediately looking at it was it looks heavy. But it's not either one of those things, fortunately. It's on the more affordable side, and it's pretty lightweight. I think the reason it looks heavy is because they use a pressure-forged aluminum housing on it. And that's kind of a new thing for them. They've never done that before, and that's what gives it kind of that rough texture on it. And, you know, weight for weight, material for material, forged is stronger than machined billet. And we've done previous videos on why that is, and you can go check those out. But, you know, that being what it is, that makes this an extremely robust optic. And before I get into, you know, more of my personal thoughts on it, I'll give you all the technical specs on it first. So, starting with the footprint, it does use a micro footprint, as you can kind of see here. So it'll take all your micro mounts. The one it comes with is an absolute co-witness if you mount it on an AR-15. The button itself, and I know I said I was going to give you all the technical specs. This is just a quick personal opinion, I promise. Whenever I first saw this button, I thought I would hate it. When I started playing with it, I kind of liked it. I'll get into more why later. But this button here is your actual, you know, turn on, turn off, adjust brightness setting button. And there are 7 adjustment settings on the brightness, 4 of which are night vision settings, which is nice. And then you have your lock on the actual mount here to tighten it down to your 1913 style rail. And fun fact, it comes with one adjustment, or one wrench, just a little, you know, L wrench in there that uses a Torx bit, and the wrench that mounts it to the 1913 rail is actually the same one used to adjust the windage and the elevation. So your elevation here, windage here, which are both flush mounted, which is actually really nice. So it keeps everything nice and slim, streamlined. You have to use the tool to mess with that at all, which is a feature I actually kind of like. So you have your battery compartment here, which uses a 2032 battery. You just move the compartment, put the battery in, you're good to go. Awesome battery life on this thing, over 3 years constant on. So not that those batteries are expensive, but you'll save money on batteries that way, which seems to kind of be the case with a lot of modern red dot optics anyway. Comes with your flip cap lens covers, solid front, and the clear rear. And moving on from there, we can actually go ahead and talk more about these buttons now. So as I said before, I kind of hated it when I saw it from a distance. And then when I picked it up, I kind of liked it. So comparing this, which it's a little, so this optic here is a little bit more expensive than their carbine optic, or their PRO, their Patrol Rifle Optic. And if you're familiar with those two, so those use like a 30mm mount to mount the optic to the firearm. And it's kind of their older style optic as well. It's a more upgraded version of their Comp M2s if you're familiar with Aimpoint optics at all. And those optics are a bit older. This is definitely an upgrade to that for not a lot more money. And you have to reach up and turn a knob to get them on. You have to go through all those night vision settings first before you get to the actual use settings, and it takes time. But with these, regardless of your, for example, if you're in a day setting and your optic is turned off, if you just hit the up button, it'll turn on and you'll be in a day setting. Or if you're in a night setting and you hit it to turn it on, you'll be in a night setting. So you don't have to cycle through settings to get your optic turned on where you want it. You just reach up, hit the button, your optic's on, ready to go. So I was pretty much sold on it at that point. It's super easy to use, super fast to turn on. and it's a duty optic. It's exactly what the name is. So I was pretty impressed with it. Took it out to the range, shot it, and it's a good optic to put on your firearm. Lightweight, super robust. Oh, and the lens, you get the same Aimpoint lens coatings and super clear lenses, super crisp, clean dot, which is a 2 MOA dot, by the way. I should have mentioned that. That's pretty important as well. So yeah, you get that same Aimpoint quality as far as the actual internals of the optics are concerned. And yeah, so if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them down below. We'd be happy to hear from you. And if you use this optic, let us know what you think in the comments section. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.